I'd have to say UConn was the low point of your season last year.
Yeah.
And now you got these guys again, and they're kind of reeling. I mean, it's probably no motivation to get up for these guys right now, right?
Well, yeah, I think, I mean, we talked about it yesterday already. I mean, last year was a feeling that, none of us were proud of playing there and playing the way that we did. So I think it's a great opportunity for, the ability to redeem ourselves, the ability to, we're going in the right direction right now. Someone looking at, it's probably on paper a little bit of a trap game for us, and I think it's the coaches have done a great job, leaders have done a great job already. Just talking about this is about as important as a game as this program's had.
Talk about John Pupil a little bit. Every time I look at the defensive stat sheet, he's either 1, 2, or 3 tackles. The guy that plays your style, is he the guy that gets his nose bloody in there all the time?
Yeah. He's done a great job this year. He came in last year from Dartmouth, dealt with a little bit of injury stuff last year, really worked his way through that. And then, starting at spring ball, really showed how competitive he was, showed how smart he was. And he's a good football player, too. He tackles really well. He's got tremendous instincts. So I think he's people have been surprised that he stepped up, but in the building, we've had a lot of faith in John, and it's not a coincidence that he makes a ton of plays because he plays really hard and knows what he's supposed to do.
As a guy who's been here for a long time now, how different is the feeling around the team right now?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's really exciting. Anytime you win, we won 3 in a row now. So, naturally, I think you're feeling a little better, obviously, than we were when we were 1 and 3. But I think it's still, the message stays the same, which I think is the great thing. It's still, we got to go out, we got to beat UConn this week. So it's exciting, and it's always fun to see the work, the process that you have pay off. But at the end of the day, it's still one day at a time, one game at a time.
And just from your perspective, how much has Thomas just kind of changed the whole, dynamic and attitude of the program?
Yeah. I mean, it's just when you have a player, especially at quarterback, I think in this sport, I mean, when you have a dynamic playmaker at quarterback, it changes the entire organization, it changes the entire team. So we're on the sideline again, we have a tremendous offensive line, we have tremendous skill guys, and then when you piece that together with a guy who can really go make plays through the air and on the ground, I mean, as a defense, if you go get stops, even Saturday was tight in the fourth quarter. We said, hey, we get one stop, we're gonna win the game, because the guys are not slowing down on offense, they're moving the ball, and then they rattle off 2 or 3 more explosive plays, and you go win the game that way.
One more on Thomas. Just have you seen his confidence and leadership abilities grow over the past few weeks? I'm sure as his confidence is growing, your team is growing overall as well.
Absolutely. I think it starts in practice. I think he's done a tremendous job in practice. Confidence in the huddle, confidence in going through his progressions, going through being detailed in the things that he's working through each day. And the offensive guys speak so much, how much he's gotten better over the last few weeks, and I think that's a testament to how he's focused he is in practice, how focused he is with his preparation with Coach Shimko, Coach Chud, and those guys have done a tremendous job preparing him. So I think it's just again, it's not a coincidence that he's continuing to grow.
How is coaches mentioned how the offense during the bye week kind of tailored things a little bit towards Thomas, but on the defensive side, how have things kind of changed and shifted when you see guys coming in, getting comfortable, little idiosyncrasies to how it gets tailored to you guys on the back end?
Yeah, I think it's just again going through self scout stuff on the bye week, looking at what we had done, what we had been hurt with, and just trying to build from there. Coming out of the bye, I don't know exactly what Georgia Tech thought our game plan would be, but just trying to again playing a little bit of a chess game, cat and mouse with what we do, what they think we're going to do, and just trying to marry those things up and try to just keep it, trying to stay one step ahead of the offense and stuff.
I know Coach also mentioned there's no way to drill turnover drills, there's no way to kind of look for something, but what are some of the things that you guys are looking for? Amari obviously had the pick, but, Elijah's picks or a fumble. What are some of the things that you look for when you go into a tackle to try and?
Yeah, I think we talk about. I think first you got to talk about it, right? It's almost a mindset, when you're out there, right? If you're the second or third man in, punching at the ball, ripping at the ball, and that's kind of the cliche thing to say, but those are the things that create fumbles, right? You really got to emphasize it, and when you're playing out there, it's like I'm going to attack the ball. We got to get the ball back to the offense, and then when you're in coverage, it's the ball's thrown, you're in the right position, you're covering the guy, and then you're turning into, like Eli, you're turning into the offense, you're turning into the receiver. So I think it's about just having a mindset and an emphasis of attacking the ball, and attacking it violently, attacking it efficiently. Right, sometimes a short 6-inch punch is more efficient than a big haymaker. So I think just working on those things.
You gotta go to like uppercut that you like.
No, I think it's just I think it's sometimes I like to a second man in, try to rip it off. Sometimes attacking guys' hands or arms, however they're holding the ball, trying to get just trying to get the way they're holding the ball off and try to get the ball on the ground. Yeah.
Just in those 3 straight, first couple of wins of that, it was defense closing the game out.
Yeah.
How different was it playing defense with that big lead in the fourth quarter? Did it change how aggressive you were? Or how
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you kind of it makes them one-dimensional, right? There's 5 or 6 minutes to play, and they got to score twice, and I think they had 1 timeout at the time. So for us, it's like, listen, if they want to run the ball down the field with for a 4 or 5 minute drive, they're kind of taking themselves out of the game. So I think as a defender, you kind of have a little bit more, the odds a little more. So they're going to try to push the ball down the field. They're looking for chunk explosive plays, and then just kind of tailoring your technique, tailoring what the call is, let the call talk to you, and align accordingly and play accordingly.
As a Jersey guy, were you recruited by UConn at all way back when? And if just in general, playing a New England team,
Yeah.
Do you guys take any pride in winning the New England games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think UConn did recruit me a long time ago now. So, but I think anytime you get close games geographically, there's always a little bit of there's pride in playing that, and I think there's no extra motivation that we need this week. I think it's all from last year, and then just BC UConn as it is. It's always been a rivalry, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Vin, that Virginia